to really know about the things we love to study, and the things we love to study we are able to portray almost like they were without being actually killed by a bullet or a shell.
You know the old saying that you don't know a person till you walk a mile in your shoes. This gave us the opportunity to march 61 to 70 miles in their shoes and really experience what the Confederate soldier actually did in the war and feel the same things they felt and same aches and pains as they did.
You read the book, it says it rained. It rained for 3 days. When you're in the rain for 1 day, you appreciate what that small sentence means.
A long enough period of time to get sore, to be tired, to be hungry, to feel something that those men felt 130 years ago that day on the ground on which I'm standing. That's it, and I don't know that it'll happen again like that.
I mean, you can't get any better than this, getting closer. This is probably as close to living as a Civil War soldier as we're ever going to get. And that's why I had to do it.
It's something that it's a week, and it's not just a weekend event, but rather that day after day, you're going to start acting as a company, feeling like a company in a battalion. And I think that's an added experience that you don't get on the weekend, move in, get out of the pickup truck kind of routine.
Well, these things are always a great opportunity to take stuff you're reading from books and letters and period accounts and being able to transpose it into a three-dimensional reality. But also, this is the only type of campaign, or at least this campaign will be the only type of campaign that you can actually do on the original site for the whole time without too much modern intrusion. And there's just not that many sites that are going to allow that kind of an opportunity.
Well, this is like the real thing. As I said, I inherited my great-great-grandfather's diary that he kept, and I sort of wanted to get a feel for what it must have been like for him to have been in the marches he was in from 1861, June, right through to the very bitter end. And there all that time, so I wanted to get a feel of what it was like for him, and I thought, well, this would be a real opportunity to do that.
And is it working?
Yes. I don't know how he ever made it. He survived somehow 4 years and came back and had a family with 9 children.
One of the most devastating aspects of the war between the states was its impact on the civilian population, particularly in parts of the South. The years of bitter fighting and destruction left many people homeless and destitute. These displaced persons would sometimes gather in makeshift camps or temporary lodgings. While the main focus of the reenactment was on the marching and fighting of the two armies, the non-combatants were authentically represented as well.
King of famine where abundance lies. Thyself thy foe, to thy sweet self too cruel. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament, and only herald to the gaudy spring. Within thine own bud bearest thy content, and tender curl makest waste in the arding.
My name is B.J. Carmichael. I'm from Rockwall, Texas, east of Dallas. And I'm an attorney in real life, as you call it.
And tell us about the impression that you're portraying here for the Red River Campaign.
Well, at this particular event, we're portraying a doctor's office and quarters, pharmacy, druggist, and refugee camp is what's built up around here. These are the lady refugees who were displaced by Yankee troops moving north from New Orleans to Mansfield, expecting to cross over into Texas near Shreveport.
And how did you get involved with the Red River Campaign?
I've been coming to this event for about 5 years. This is the first time I've set up in the dog trot cabin here behind me, which was actually built in the 1840s and was used as a Confederate hospital after and during the Battle of Pleasant Hill.
And how did you, as an attorney, become interested in the medical reenacting aspects?
I think only lawyers and doctors can afford to expend the kind of money that you have to acquire the instruments that you see up on on the breezeway between us. But I don't know, just got interested in Civil War. It was the last war that had any honor and chivalry involved, I believe, and North and South, a lot of the officers went to the same school together and were friends and hated to fight one another, but that's the way it had to be. But that didn't mean they had to be enemies off the field of battle.
The forward pickets of the Union.
While much of the campaign was staged in remote areas and on private property, the reenactors took advantage of every opportunity to share their love of history with the public.
Down a road running into each other, head on, and it was a mess. The political realities of this campaign was, and I just finished the book, is a real good book called Politics and Cotton, the history of the Red River Campaign. And it's kind of written by somebody who's not a writer but a historian, so it's a little boring, a lot of facts. But this thing was about cotton. This invasion, you know, the excuse was to seize Texas, cut off supplies. What it was about was to go out and seize cotton.
Don't mind the green spots, ladies. They're good for you.
You have to drop it on the ground before you eat it.
Flour, water,
it's good.
Did y'all make it?
But I am going to
Everybody,
try this.
How's it taste?
Did you get some?
I'm scared to eat it.
Drop it on the ground first.
Just put a little in your mouth. It's nothing but flour, water, and salt. And a wee bit of mold.
It's very nutritious. A man gets 2 of those a day per meal. That's plenty. If you eat that one, you'll find out why. 2 of them will kill you up.
How do y'all make y'all's coffee? Well, that's brown coffee beans in a bag there. It's a ration for 4 men.
I'm trying to eat it.
I can't find it. Don't mind the green spots. Just a little bit of mold.
Can you write down on this stuff?
Everybody get one?
Did everybody get one?
Anybody try it?
I don't think I got one. I got a little.
How's it taste?
But it tastes funny.
You have to gnaw on it a little bit. If you soak it in water, it softens up and it's easier to chew.
How about dipping it in coffee?
Oh yes, ma'am. That's a time-honored method of eating it.
This is your coffee here?
Participants in the campaign came from all walks of life and in all ages as well.
So I understand you're the youngest guy out here?
Guess so.
Yeah. How old is that?
13.
13.
Well, actually, I'm not. The other dude was 13 too.
And how long have you been involved in living history?
7 years old, about 5 years.
5 years, been born into it. And what brought you out here for the Red River?
My dad.
Well, I'm Murray Tate from Kentucky. I've been a logger, logged and farmed all my life till my wife died three years ago. So I've been on these trail rides the last 4 years, and I'm with artillery from Kentucky this time. And I'm enjoying it all. It's a little rough part of the time, but I still make it fine.
And how old are you, sir?
I'll be 87, the 16th this coming May.
We're going to take as many of them with us. First company, shoulder, shoulder, arm. Right in front of you, sir. Let's not be falling for me first. Do we have a 3-day
Here we go.
Nancy, you come home.
Dress towards the left. Long company, back on the left. Dress towards the left. Side left.
Walk down here. Watch your feet. Got her on the stump.
Guide onto the road.
The campaign was a constant challenge to the resourcefulness of the men.
Let's try to break it. That's time. Excuse me, gentlemen. Got cow. Horseman, there goes Horseman. We don't know his name. He's sure handsome, yeah.
Block these wheels so they don't go forward.
Can we do it on a count or something? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
It actually came forward. About 3 or 4 inches.
More. How far you got?
You know, what did you say?
Going for this right here. Mike, that's about it right there.
Okay. Isn't that amazing? Now, see if the brakes feel worse.
About another inch.
See if the brake works better now.
We're going to hit the brake.
The brake stopped working very well when it slid. Y'all gave us back our brakes. Thank you so much.
Y'all need some more? You haven't needed the brakes. You needed something to make them go.
That's right. We'll try to accommodate y'all by not running over you.
Hey, hold it. Okay, see, here's what we got here. This thing is turned sideways.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet. One more time. One more. Now the front.
There you go.
Business when they go into battle,
Even the local citizens were willing to lend a hand in repairing an old bridge.
and so that's the way you have to stay ready and watching at all times. And that's
Nowhere was the spirit of cooperation more evident than in the presence of the National Guard, who provided support throughout the campaign.
Both our Adjutant General and our State Sergeant Major very interested in this type of activity, and they asked my unit to help support with medical and transportation.
And you personally, how do you feel about the play acting, reenacting experiences of the war, being actually in the military?
Well, personally for me, it's very interesting. I had 2 relatives that fought in the Civil War. My great-grandfather fought at Pleasant Hill and Mansfield, and my great-great-uncle fought somewhere in the South, not sure exactly where.
So this is a little bit of an opportunity to see kind of firsthand what they might have gone through.
Yes, a personal aspect of it to be maybe in some of the same places my great-grandfather was 130 years to the day is very interesting to me.
And how are things going as far as you can tell from your standpoint?
Seems to be going quite well. We've been really impressed with a lot of the measures that have been taken as far as safety and taking care of the soldiers, not uncommon to what we experience in